Hey, Ursik. Hey, Ursik. Can you go to the microphone and just in great detail tell me your favorite meal of all time or something?
They changed microphones on me.
I have that little thing at the bottom is my microphone, and I just need to figure out where the audio. Oh, I covered it up? Sorry, did I accidentally cover it up?
How's that?
I need to keep talking because I can't.
My favorite meal of all time, I would say bacon and eggs.
It's very simple. Yeah, I don't know, go through a speech or anything. I just need you to keep talking for a bit.
Gotta keep talking here. So you're checking our audio level. People are going to play with this mic when it comes up here. So this is going to alter as they raise and lower it. So
that's fine.
Are we good? I can keep going. I've got the girls up front. They're organized. They're ready to go. Yep. Mr. Bannerman's going to make me sweat because he's got lights on me. I'm already starting to sweat.
All right, all good.
All right.
You think that microphone is good in the back so I can keep it standing?
No, I just know people are going to move it up and down because
the chances don't actually touch it because they'll probably touch the front of the
yeah,
microphone.
and then like it's just at the very base, so we're good.
All right, I already started live stream and I set up a so just so you guys are aware, it is just on that and it's live. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Can you just stand right here for me? Wait, yep, right in the way. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there's no issue there. Sit right there.
Good morning, Rams. Please rise for the national anthem.
And good morning, super beautiful people, and welcome to this fresh new day. Our Lord has ascended to heaven, God put his power to work in Christ, which he raised Jesus from the dead and seated him at the right hand. Christ rules above all heaven, all heavenly rulers and authorities, powers, and lords. Jesus Christ has a title superior to all titles of authority in this world and in the next. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Beautiful Mary, Mother of God, you belong always and completely to the very pure and precious Son of God. Your earthly life was marked by constant and no growth in faith, hope, and charity. We belong to the God, and our hearts are marked with faith, hope, and charity. Amen.
Saint Joseph, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Have a super beautiful day, everyone. God bless you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the day.
Students of the Co-Curricular Awards, Road City and Music Arts Festival on this 14th to 17th at Metro Park, is relationship guidance. Students who have access to the resource group can start signing up for regular affairs at all locations with any SPSC, Mrs. Lewinsky, Mrs. Collier, Mrs. Campbell, and Mrs. Townsend. Come down to the resource room today. Sign up closes Thursday through September. This is your last week to purchase this week's.
You guys get fancy chairs.
And hold it on.
You guys get fancy chairs.
Will not be able to purchase in the falls as we are headed out. The link is able to turn right or please.
This week, Tuesday, Thursday, starting 2:45. All we're going to attend students to special support on the following day. All right, I'm just going to meet All right, today to celebrate European Cultural Week continues. This campus food class will be offering European food samples during all lunches, so be sure to stop by and enjoy life. Also, don't forget to participate in European landmarks county during the school. Applies to be awarded. Today's fun fact: today, the Tower of America's finished event is ended after 20 years. Built in 1889 as a temporary structure for the World's Fair, it was saved because it proved useful as a radio transmission tower. And today, it's one of the most iconic landmarks in Europe. Have a rest of the day.
See, you should do that. I wait so then it's all
Okay, Dan, you good? Yep. What is this, LED thing?
No.
Oh, it's the remainder of those bars.
Okay, they're gonna be called, we're already at 40, so I gotta get everybody down.
The original.
Yes, please, right away. Yeah.
I'll let you get started. Is this mic on though? Because I think people can hear through the live even though we haven't started.
Yeah, probably.
So maybe that wasn't it.
That was, so if people are to shake hands with kids and give them the awards or whatever, there's a pink X for them to stand, so we have the best lighting. I have to tell you. Literally no view coming from you.
Right there. Jeez. Carson. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. For the parents who I may not have met, my name is Jim Safeldis. I'm principal here at St. Joe's. It's a pleasure to have you here today. St. Joe's, as you would know, has always had a long history of being successful in extracurriculars, especially our athletics. We always encourage grade 9s when they first get here to get involved in athletics or any extracurriculars because it will help round out who they are. It will increase their high school experience. They'll meet new friends, they'll make new connections, and perhaps develop lifelong friendships from this. The school has had a successful history because we have pretty much all the teachers in the school are involved in extracurricular activities of one form or another. And the number of people we have as coaches that have been coaching with us their entire career is outstanding. I get a chance to talk to my peers in other schools, and other principals are envious of the record here at St. Joe's. For our students, I want to congratulate all of you for your participation. If you're coming up here to win an award, for your demonstration of excellence. And I hope that you value the experiences that you've had. And also at some point in time, please say thank you to your coach. Obviously, say thank you to your parents as well, if they've been taking you to and from some practices, as some of our events are off-site. But this is a pleasurable experience because we have so many award winners, which means this school is so successful in terms of what we do. So without further ado, I'm happy that the parents are here, some of you who could attend. I'm very pleased and want to congratulate our award winners. And of course, on behalf of the admin team, I always want to thank all of our teachers who put in all that extra time to support our students and the entire St. Joe's community. Before we begin, I want to invite our school chaplain, Ms. Nuri Warzeka, to come up and start us with opening prayer. Thank you.
Beautiful people, what if I tell you that God knows you by name? I have written your name on my hand, God says. Quite a thought, isn't it? Your name on God's hand, your name on God's lips. Maybe you've seen your name in some special places, or an award or diploma, but to think that your name is on God's hands and on God's lips, oh my, could it be? Or perhaps you have never seen your name honored, and you can't remember when you heard it spoken with kindness. If so, it might be more difficult for you to believe that God knows you by name. He does. Written on his hand, spoken by his mouth, and whispered by his lips, your name. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear God, may we serve your people and do good works, not to be recognized and acclaimed as good, but merely to create a better world, simply to build your kingdom on earth. In everything we do, we want to serve others as you served, to love as you loved, to bring peace and healing as you did. Amen. Saint Joseph, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. God bless you.
Welcome to our annual Co-Curricular Awards Assembly. It's with great pleasure that I'm able to stand before you to recognize the accomplishments of the students, the student athletes at our annual Co-Curricular Awards. This year's assembly will take a similar format to last year, as we can only fit our senior classes in the room, and we're live streaming to our junior classes. Thank you to all the students who participated this year in athletics and various clubs that ran during the school year. What a great year we had. Here are a list of some of the accomplishments. Junior WASA participants and champions, girls basketball champions, boys volleyball bronze, boys cross country novice, boys cross country, girls volleyball bronze, boys basketball silver, and girls doubles badminton. At the senior level, girls basketball bronze, girls golf champions. Cross country, we had 2 para-athletes compete. Girls cross country silver, boys cross country, boys basketball silver, girls doubles badminton participants, mixed doubles participants, and boys single participant at WASA. At the varsity level, we had qualifiers with boys golf, girls golf, where we had a silver medalist. We had 14 swimmers qualify, 27 track athletes, 9 went on to officer regionals. We had 10 wrestlers, 2 silvers and 1 gold. We had boys soccer qualify. We had WASA medalist and girls singles champion. And moving on to OFSA, we had qualifiers golf, 2 swimmers, 2 wrestlers, 2 track and field, and 8 cross-country athletes. Special note, Mohamed Khalil won gold in the para-ambulatory division in the OFSA cross country. This is his multiple award. He's won this multiple times, so congratulations to Mohamed. And we have 2 athletes that are still competing this week. We've got Libby McCurdy moving on to OFSA in senior pole vault, and we got Ethan Atkinson moving on to junior pole vault. Apparently we're a pole vault champion school. We have an abbreviated version of our awards assembly, as we have major time constraints this year, so we're going to skip to a couple things. One of the most important things we do is participation statistics. We have a point system here where people get points for participation in various clubs, teams, and all that they do around the school. And our teachers take great pride in awarding these points, and we want to recognize those people that get involved. Our participation statistics for this year, the grade 9s, we had males, 58% of the population, and females, 46% of the population. In grade 10, we had a whopping 73% males participation. 73% of every single male participated at the school in one way or another, which is an amazing statistic. Females, 52%. Grade 11, males 55%, females 54%. And in grade 12, our males were 51% and 40% on the females. Congratulations to our grade 10, as they are the highest participation rate for this year. 2 years ago, the females were superior. This year, the males are superior as far as participation goes. As a school, we had 59% of our male athletes and 48% of our female athletes participate in school activities this year. This is a significant increase from last year, which is awesome. Our ultimate goal is to have 60% participation from all of our student body in all the various clubs. I want to give a special thanks to all the coaches this year. We've got coaches, multiple coaches in every sport, every club, every organization that we run. You are very, very fortunate to attend St. Joe's, as I'm on a bunch of different committees, and the biggest problem that other schools have is finding volunteers to help out in their areas of athletics and or clubs. So you are very, very fortunate to be attending St. Joe's. I want to thank our volunteer coaches. These are coaches from our community that come out. Some come out at 6 o'clock in the morning to do archery every week. Some of them are out after school in the rain, sleet, snow, doesn't matter. They give back to our community, and I want to thank all of them personally for all that they do. And you can see the people up on the screen there. Before we get to our level 1 and level 2 participation awards, I want to acknowledge the top point getters in each grade. They have the highest points accumulated in the grade for this year. In grade 9, Tino Vu, Connor Schapp, Marley Slott, Victoria Romanowski, Mackenzie Burgess, Malia Camacho, Jane Hewitt, Allie Johnson, Nathan Tetley, Quinn Wilson, and Aiden Annett. Those are the point totals for this year. Those are impressive numbers. In grade 10, we have Ava Agia, Melissa Gillies, Siddharth K. Sorry, Siddharth. Samantha Zapata, Ben Santiago, DeMarco Maitland, Avery McLaughlin, McKenna Evangelinos, Sophia Krejci, Sharia Wilson, Nicole Berlovsky, Liam Campbell, Max Gaspar, Tyler Perot, and Luke Van Gorp. Again, great numbers, great accomplishment. When you play a major sport, you earn 15 points. To accumulate 55 all the way up to 120, that's a huge accomplishment. So that means they're playing multiple sports, multiple clubs, and involved in all aspects of the school. Our grade 11 point winners for this year: Flourish Namur, Thomas Vu, Sean O'Corey, Max Andrews, Michael Carroll, Abigail Ferris, Mary Castro, Elizabeth Ayers, Emily Blackhall, Mark Anthony Pellington, and Brooklyn Rosekamp. And in grade 12, we have Mara Kemmerling, Kian Silva, Diego Alvin Gasca, Shalem Hernandez, Ethan Smith, Promise Atkinson, Mason Birds, Jadelyn Tempchin, Talia Shaw, and Tyler Van Gorp. Congratulations to all those participants. So at St. Joe's, we give participation awards. The following students have accumulated a total of 125 points from their participation on clubs and teams at our school over their high school career and to this date. I will ask that the grade 10 students that are not present, if they could please come to see me after the awards assembly. And if you are present, please come up to receive your level 1 participation. I'll ask Mr. Riotti to come forward to hand out the certificates, please. In grade 10, the level 1 minor participation award winners: Ava Agia, 165 points. Melissa Gillies, 140 points. Avery McLaughlin, 135 points. Ben Santiago, 130. DeMarco Maitland, 130. And Samantha Zapata, 125. Our grade 11 minor participation award winners: Abigail Ferris, 180. Flourish Demore, 175. Lucas Wall, 175. Brooklyn Rosecamp, 170. Sean O'Corey, 160. Max Andrews, 150. Hannah Slott, 150. Michael Carroll, 140. Mark Anthony Pellington, 130. Claire Koslick, 130. Please come forward to receive your certificate. Andrew Aviku, 130. Sadie Dow as well, 125. And Iksan Akram, 125. Congratulations. Our grade 12 students: Diego Alban Gazga, 315 points. Kian Silva, 190 points. Mara Kemmerling, 185. Shalem Hernandez, 170. Promise Atkinson, 160. Jadelyn Tempchin, 160. Marian Medina, 155. Cody Johnson, 150. Lucas Woodrow, 145. Callum Besley, 140. Ethan Smith, 135. Tyler Van Gorp, 135. Fowler Little, 130. Mason Burns, 125. And Ty Emery, 125. These are the level 1 participation award winners. Congratulations, Ty. Congratulations, Fowler. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tyler. Congratulations, Mason. Congratulations. Our level 2 participation award winners have earned, and there's a small residual COVID adjustment to this, but they've accumulated 200 points in participation on clubs and teams over the school, over their school career. Level 2 major participation award winners. Grade 11, Thomas Vu, 260 points. And for COVID adjustments, because they were robbed of some athletic opportunities, Kian Silva, Mara Kemmerling, and Shalem Hernandez. Congratulations to Level 2 award winners. Three people with the highest point totals in their career. Diego Alban Gasca, 315 points. Kian Silva, 190 points. And Mara Kemmerling, 185 points. Now on to our major awards. I'd like to invite Mr. Regan to please come forward to present our first award, the Joshua Award.
Thank you, Mr. Ersick. It is a real honor for me to be presenting this award, perhaps the most distinguished award given to grade 9 students each year. The Joshua Award comes to us from the Bottineau family, a family with long roots in this community, in this school, and thankfully there are members here today to represent the family. As a clan, they attended St. Joe's and represented the school academically and athletically with tremendous distinction, as evidenced by the banners that hang, the championship OFSA banners that hang in our gym. The patriarch, one of the patriarchs of the family, Paul Bottineau, served for many years as the vice principal here at St. Joe's. And if your parents attended St. Joe's, no doubt they would remember Paul fondly and with respect. Josh was the youngest member of the Bottineau family, and as a little guy, he longed to follow in the footsteps of his brother and sisters who were slightly older and attended here. He brought his own sense of joy and compassion to the family, and unfortunately, Josh lost his life at a young age. The family chose to represent Josh's spirit with this award, which is presented to grade 9 students each year. Selected by the teaching staff, the Joshua Award is presented to a male and female who share Josh's spirit. The recipients are solid academic performers, but they also live the life of St. Joseph's Catholic High School. They're involved in extracurricular activities. They share their gifts with their peers. They carry themselves with equal parts self-confidence and humility. They care about the school, and they have the respect of the staff and their peers. As my Uncle Paul would say, they're just a neat kid. And I know that many of the staff can hear Paul saying that. The recipients of this award are also compelled to go forward after grade 9 and continue to live the spirit and life that Josh represents. This year's male recipient of the Joshua Award was a cross-country OFSA competitor. Indeed, he was third at WASA. He was on the varsity boys soccer team, self-assured, social, energetic, and he has a sort of Joshua joie de vivre. The female recipient is a basketball star on our championship junior girls basketball team. She's also a member of the girls varsity soccer team, highly academic, modest, energetic, hungry to better herself, and a supportive classmate. It's with great pleasure, and I'm pleased to present the Joshua Awards this year To Armani Moniz, and slightly keeping it in the family, Ella Ambrose.
I think I should just let Mr. Regan speak all the time. I'd like to call upon Mr. Lamon and Mr. Nikowski to present the junior athletes of the year.
Good morning, Rams. It's a pleasure to be back up here again to talk about some of the tremendous accomplishments of our athletes here at St. Joe's. I was lucky enough to have the privilege of coaching many of the nominees for both male and female Junior Athlete of the Year. You're about to learn of the many qualities our athletes possess that allow them to be successful. All of the nominees for these awards are extremely skilled at their sports, but the winners tend to go above and beyond that, displaying great leadership, determination, and an ability to somehow elevate their teams to reach their full potential. I'll start with our female junior award winner. Our female junior athlete of the year has made a whopping 7 WASA appearances in the past 2 years in her various sports, bringing home 1 gold medal, 3 silver medals, and 1 bronze. This year alone, she somehow found the time to represent us in basketball, where she was a WASA champion and an all-star selection, volleyball, WASA bronze, golf, WASA silver medal, badminton, TV Ross Southeast champion, WASA appearance, and in soccer, 2025 inter-squad scrimmage champion. Hopefully have a better team accomplishment for the soccer team next year. So why have our teams been so successful? Well, Mr. Volkman, her basketball coach, says that her work ethic lifts up her teammates. Whether it was a game or practice, she gave 100% every single time. So much so that we kind of developed a scale where the effort of others was judged relative to hers. She exemplifies what it means to be a student athlete, dedicated, disciplined, and driven, both in sports and in the classroom. Her volleyball coach described her as a quiet leader, the floor captain, who was always calm and collected, even when bouncing all over the floor as a setter. She was always willing to go into any role that was asked of her, including libero when needed. Her golf coach describes her as an athlete who demonstrates sportsmanship and understands etiquette on the golf course. It was a pleasure having her on the golf team, and we look forward to her progress in years to come. Most of you know who the award winner is by now. She's a fierce competitor with a great attitude. She's the quiet leader, showing the rest of the team how to do things the right way. She's the girl that gets knocked over and gets up smiling every single time. I actually had to stop asking her if she was okay because it just seemed like a ridiculous question. She's the smart defender who I don't have to tell who she's guarding because we already know it's the other team's best player, and that player is about to have the worst game of her season. Quick story on that. I knew something special was happening here when we went to a tournament at CCH to start our basketball season. I watched a girl from STA score about 30 points in the game before they played us. I thought we were in a bit of trouble as the coaches were deciding on defensive matchups before the game, until Melissa looked at me with her quiet confidence and said, "I got her." I could tell she was locked in and ready to play. She meant business, no need for further discussion. Fast forward to the end of the first quarter, we're up 21-0. STA's point guard wants to go home, and she never wants to see 20 in blue ever again. I have several other examples of how well Melissa represented our school this year, but I know Mr. Pava has about 8 pages of speeches to get to soon, so I'll wrap things up with a quick summary here. When preparing this speech, I asked all of Melissa's coaches to provide input. The common themes were how impressively she leads by example, how she's always willing to learn and show improvement in her 5 different sports. I'm told that this morning it's 6 if you count pickleball, and how she's always willing to do whatever it takes to make her team better. Congratulations to our 2025 Female Junior Athlete of the Year, Melissa Gillies. All right, so I'll jump right into the Male Athlete of the Year award winner. This year we have a split between 2 winners. And our first one is yet another example of a great student athlete. My apologies to LJ and Cowie, who probably don't like their chances of winning after that statement. So I'm kidding, you guys are great. I've presented this award many times, and it's amazing how many times the winners will be good students. I think many of them share a desire to perform at the highest level in whatever they are involved in. They refuse to accept mediocrity. They always bring their best effort, no matter what the endeavor is. Our first winner this year is no different. He has a competitive fire burning inside of him that is contagious to his teammates while he leads them into battle. If you want to beat him, it's going to take everything you've got. It doesn't matter if it's the WASA final or a November practice. He'll argue it wasn't a foul because he wants to win that badly. The list of nominees for Male Junior Athlete of the Year is once again very strong. To set themselves apart, the winners must have had some incredible accomplishments this year. Our first winner was an integral part of every aspect of the football team. He was part of the leadership group that helped organize and run practices. He was a starter on team offense, defense, and special teams, so basically never came off the field. He was someone opposing teams had to game plan against and was a major factor in the team going undefeated this season. In basketball, he has really grown as a leader over the past 2 years. Last year as a grade 9, he came off the bench playing behind some very talented grade 10s. However, when he entered the game, he played fearlessly. He absolutely saved our season in the 4th quarter of the WASA final, putting in a performance for the ages and helping us capture a gold medal. This year as a grade 10, he developed into both our vocal leader and a role model for the grade 9s, showing them the high expectations we have for basketball players here at St. Joe's. On several occasions this season, opposing coaches and referees came up to me after games and said, "I love the way that kid plays." He barely ever came off the floor and was a major part of our 26-4 record, WASA silver medal, multiple tournament wins, and a selection to the TV Raw Southeast All-Star team. DeMarco, I say this with all due respect, I can't believe you made the varsity soccer team. I honestly just didn't know you were a soccer player. I thought maybe at first your coaches wanted someone loud enough to argue with the officials. But in all seriousness, why wouldn't they want a natural athlete that reads the play well, protecting the back line? I look forward to your development in the years ahead as a lockdown defender. Finally, I need to mention how impressive it is that you're always willing to help out your coaches. Your track coaches mentioned to me that you helped with setup and cleanup at every practice. I can't tell you how many times I've coached talented athletes that think putting equipment away is beneath them, or that one of the rookies should do it. Not only did DeMarco place 4th in 100-meter hurdles at WASA, but for the 4th time this year, he set the standard of what it means to be a good teammate, even in an individual sport like track and field. As much as Pave and I rip on you and like to joke around with you, we couldn't be prouder of the way you represented our school this year. We look forward to watching you continue your personal and team success at the senior level next year. Congratulations to one of our Male Junior Athletes of the Year, DeMarco Maitland.
Morning. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mr. N. I'm the one of the junior football coaches as well as the varsity rugby coach, and I've been asked to come up here to talk about the Co-Junior Male Athlete of the Year, and I'd like to thank the athletic committee for this opportunity. Further to that, congratulations to all the student athletes that are going to be recognized here today. So I've had the opportunity to coach a student over the past 2 years in 2 different sports, both junior football and varsity rugby. A colleague of mine yesterday shared that this athlete has been described as a man amongst boys, not a term that gets thrown around this school very often, but it does speak to the size and caliber of talent that this young player has. So not only has he contributed to 3 competitive school programs this year, but he also plays all 3 of those sports at the club level outside of school. To be able to participate in a varsity sport is an accomplishment in of itself, but to be a grade 10 that goes out and dominates is rare. This athlete, through conversations with rugby coaches, has been identified as one of the top TAVRA rugby athletes in the system as we speak, and he's just a kid. So not only has this player grown physically and matured as a leader, as an athlete, it's difficult for us sometimes as coaches to forget or to remember that this student athlete is only a grade 10 who's living in a man's body. He has shown his commitment to improving his training in the off season, to improve himself as an athlete, and is often found in the weight room quietly going about his business, showing a dedication to his craft to improve as an athlete in his young age. This athlete was able to follow instruction and do what coaches asked of him in critical times to support teams in the most important moments of every game that he plays in, and to detail the accomplishments in every sport that he played. We could be here for quite some time. Every play we could count on him, did exactly what we asked him to do, put the team on his back, and led by example. He's very hard to miss on the court and on the field, not only with his size, but with his athletic ability. He's not only a welcome teammate, but a very well-respected opponent that would have coaches putting schemes in place to try and handle him on any given day. His player IQ, which is my biggest takeaway from his junior football season this year, improved immensely, and it was exciting to watch him progress as a player and as a leader, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing where his development takes him in the coming years. The Co-Junior Boys Athlete of the Year, Tyler Perot. Where is he? Tyler here. Is he just, yeah, he's going to be trucked through the hole. Either way, we'll carry on and I'll get Tyler sweet. We'll get a photo up when he decides to arrive.
One of my favorite stories about one of our junior athlete award winners was told to me by Mr. Pava because they were sitting in the audience last year online, and he overheard her say, I'm going to win that award next year. That was Melissa Gillies, and that's what we hope to inspire everyone to do and say, look, that's what I want to do. So congratulations. Next, I'd like to call upon Mr. Kay and Ms. Becerro to present the Paul Botno Award.
Good morning. The Paul Botno Scholarship. This scholarship is presented to one graduating student who exemplifies the most outstanding qualities of the person from whom this scholarship is named, Paul Botno. The student must embody the virtues of humility, perseverance, good humor, and empathy. The student has a holistic approach to extracurricular activities and has been involved in more than one of the fine arts, as well as having taken part in school clubs, sports, actively engaged with the community. At the same time, all these commitments need to be balanced with high academic performance. This achievement takes passion, perseverance, and initiative and defines a student, in the words of Paul Botno, as a neat kid. This year's winner has been a 4-year visual art student, a 4-year cross-country team and robotics team member, a props and set designer for our drama productions, and a participant in every art show since he came to St. Joe's. He has volunteered with multiple organizations in the community, including 6 Elgin County libraries, the St. Anne's Apostolic Community, and our family of elementary schools.
A few details about this student. As a teammate on both cross country and robotics, he was dedicated to both his own success and improvement as a competitor and supported and encouraged his teammates to strive for the same as well. From the beginning of grade 9, he was a student who wanted to challenge himself. Cross country isn't a sport that is kind or predictable. You have no control over the competition conditions and have to be physically and mentally tough to finish both regular training and races. Watching this young man develop his toughness every year is exactly what makes coaching so meaningful and inspires others. He demonstrated time and again that you don't have to be the best or a natural talent to develop, improve, and discover your own grit and determination. Not everyone is willing to put themselves out there and struggle every day to find this, but he certainly was. It's the same attitude that he brought to our robotics team. He definitely did not have all the skills at the beginning of grade 9, but he had the motivation and perseverance and the desire to do the work that it takes to improve. Through the COVID years, where he could only compete virtually, to qualifying for provincial championships, medaling at the Skills Ontario competition, winning the first ever VRC tournament in St. Joe's history, and finally topping it off by captaining our World Championship qualifying robotics team, this student has really grown to find excellence.
As an art student, he gave so much time and passion and shared his creative talents within our community. He was an artist who displayed pieces in our annual arts nights, helped behind the scenes to lay out and set up our arts events, and was selected as one of St. Joe's top 25 artists. He went on to show his work in the County High School exhibition at the St. Thomas Elgin Public Art Gallery. In addition, he combined his extracurriculars in a way we have never seen before. It was all behind the scenes, limited recognition. He used his robotic skills to construct an exhibit consisting of 25 turntables to display art pieces in last year's spring art extravaganza show. He also shared his art skills with our school drama production, where he painted sets for Clue, Seussical, Harry Potter. During Seussical, he brought his robotic skills to design and build a key set prop piece, Horton's Egg. It was coded to crack open and hatch live on stage.
And finally, we have to say that this kid can handle pressure and constant badgering. He's a fun student for his peers to be around. His favorite theme days at St. Joe's have always been Dress Up Day, and he is diverse and a driven young man who can deliver Dippin' Dots on a moment's notice.
As Paul Botno would say, Lucas Woodrow's a neat kid. Congratulations, Lucas Woodrow. Lucas, we know you'll keep sharing your unique and diverse talents. We know you will continue to be Mr. Botno's kind of neat kid and an exceptional example of a St. Joe's Ram.
I think Tyler Perot has sprinted down here, so I'd like to call upon Mr. Nikowski and Tyler Perot to receive his Junior Athlete of the Year award. Oh wait, mom's there, mom's there, mom's there. Congratulations. I was going to say something about Dippin' Dots, but I refrain now. It's already been taken. I'd like to call upon Mr. Riatti, Ms. Collier, and Mr. Pava to present our Senior Sport Award winners.
This year's male St. Joseph Sport Award winner exemplifies many of the attributes that make coaching fun. He's always positive, always enjoying himself, always willing to compete and give it his all, always having fun. He knows what he brings to the table, and he knows that far outweighs anything he might not be bringing. He stays true to himself and what he is, which is a physically intimidating and gifted multi-sport athlete. Competing in football, hockey, tennis, track and field, and badminton, he was active in this school from the end of August until the start of June. One of those sports, football, was an entirely new experience for him, and one that is perhaps the most demanding in the building. As a coach, we talk about it being a 15-hour-a-week commitment between games, practices, playbooks, and film. It's opting to take a 5th class when your friends are only taking 4. Thankfully, many of his friends were also taking that elective class and had been badgering him about taking it since he was in grade 9. That aside, the learning curve is steep and fierce. Being new makes it that much harder, and he navigated it with poise and his trademark easygoing attitude and smile. This year's male St. Joseph Sport Award winner, Tyler Van Gorp.
Today, we up there? Perfect. Today we celebrate someone truly special, an athlete who has left a lasting mark, not just through performance, but through character. She was a remarkable golfer and an even more exceptional person. She embodies everything the game of golf stands for: integrity, humility, resilience, and respect. Whether on the course or off, she carries herself with a quiet confidence and grace that sets her apart from others. As her golf coach, it has been an absolute privilege to watch her grow, both as an athlete and as a person. From the very beginning, she brought a relentless work ethic, endless hours on the range, and a true love for the game. She never looked for shortcuts, never gave up, and always stayed grounded, even in the most competitive moments. She approached every round with determination and every teammate with kindness. She qualified for OSSA every year the event was held, a testament to her consistency and talent. And in her final high school round, she went on a high note, carding a 74 with 3 birdies. She chipped in 2 on the last hole, which is amazing. And one thing to note, in all the OSSA events, we don't really have, beautiful sunny weather. So she is playing in rain, snow, whatever comes, and she's always got such a great attitude. Even after the round, when it's not great weather, she is on the putting green, on the range, just doing everything she can for the competition. That performance in her entire high school golf career speaks volumes about her dedication and drive to be her best. But perhaps what stands out the most is her leadership. She led by example, quietly, confidently, and always with class. Her positive attitude and steady perseverance made a real impact on her teammates and everyone around her. She's also recently earned a golf scholarship to the University of Waterloo, a well-deserved opportunity that reflects not only her skill, but her character. It's the beginning of an exciting new chapter, and we know she'll continue to thrive. And to recognize all that she has brought to her sport and school, she is this year's recipient of the St. Joseph Sport Award, given to a senior student who demonstrates outstanding athletic ability and true sportsmanship, including fair play, team spirit, self-discipline, and leadership. Congratulations, Jade Tepchun, your journey has been inspiring and your future is bright. We're all so proud of you.
All right, as Ms. Westway just said, the St. Joseph Sport Award is given to a senior male and female student who has demonstrated very good skill in their sporting activities, but also good sportsmanship through their actions. They demonstrate fair play, give their best at all times, have team spirit, self-discipline, and team leadership in their own particular way. The female award winner this year has demonstrated all these attributes and qualities throughout their high school career across a variety of different sports. Having coached or taught this recipient every year they have attended St. Joe's, I've gotten to know them well and can say that they embody exactly what we expect from our student athletes at St. Joseph's. Whether she was trying out junior volleyball in grade 10, or putting on a basketball jersey every fall for our basketball program, or a soccer jersey in the spring, they always found a way to become an integral part of that team. They did so by being dedicated and putting the team's success before her own accomplishments at all times. I know Mr. Fox and Ms. Clark valued the leadership role you took this year with the senior girls basketball team and the role you played for them game after game and tournament after tournament in a busy and successful season. I know basketball is your first love, and I'm glad that I successfully convinced you to go try out in grade 10, and I know Mr. Lamon was pretty glad you did as well. Our award winner also won multiple championships for the St. Joseph Soccer, and the last couple of years, our varsity girls coaching staff had the pleasure of watching her be an amazing player and role model on our LDA, then later TV Raw, WASA, and OFSA soccer runs. To be able to look back on your high school career with multiple WASA and OFSA runs is an amazing accomplishment, and one that is only accomplished by teams with special teammates who put the team first like yourself, even if that one time you did secretly print off pictures of your best friend after she got clipped by hometown play and post them all around our OFSA hotel. Don't worry, she'll forgive you one day. Joking aside, I know many of the younger girls have expressed they will miss you and your late night hotel chats about sports, life, school, how great your coaches are. And even if our future OFSA trips aren't the same, you have left your mark on our program for the better and shown the younger girls what it means to be part of a successful, dedicated, and hardworking team. From all the staff, coaches, and your teammates here at St. Joe's, thank you for all the time you have dedicated to St. Joseph Athletics over the years. Please give a round of applause for our 2025 Female St. Joseph Sport Award winner, Coral Beecroft.
Our next award is presented to 4 students. The Michelle Stewart Sampson Award is a relatively new award to our school. Michelle was a former student of St. Joseph's who tragically passed away in a car accident much too early. She was described as honest, compassionate, and generous. Generous enough to ask a young teacher at St. Joe's, yours truly, to fill in for her as her partner for the annual Indoor Golf Classic, our annual fundraiser for cancer. It is with great pride that I share my name on the jacket with you as champions. Michelle holds a very special place in my heart. I'd like to call upon Mr. Santos, Mr. Pava, Mr. Fox, and Mr. Raynert to present our Michelle Stewart Sampson Award winners.
All right, good morning, St. Joe's. I have the pleasure of presenting the Michelle Stewart Sampson Award. This is an award that recognizes a student athlete who exemplifies good work ethic, reaches their potential in both academics and athletics, This is given to an individual who shows compassion, honesty, ambition, hard work, and most importantly, teamwork. Congratulations to Mason Burns on receiving one of this year's Michelle Stewart Sampson Award. Most of my early time with Mason was spent on the soccer pitch when Coach Pereira and I began coaching soccer in his grade 10 year. Unfortunately for Mason, he was injured most of the year, so he was unable to contribute on the field. This, however, did not stop him from being a critical member on the team. He was constantly around, providing insights to his teammates and his coaches, if I'm being honest. He led from the sidelines, and it was clear that this young man had quite a mind and a passion for soccer. His determination and commitment to the team led him returning from injury to play an immense amount of minutes in his first game back in a game that unfortunately ended in PK kicks, which is a soft spot for St. Joe's soccer program the last few years. While he ran cross country in grade 10, Mason made the transition to volleyball in grade 11 and 12. I was skeptical at first, as Burnsy said he had not played volleyball for many years, but instantly he was a hit on the team, and his skills began to grow. The work ethic and ability to adapt to the sport of volleyball was quite impressive. As Burnsy is vertically challenged, like myself, he slotted into the libero position, which turned out to be a perfect spot for him. His ability to read the play and be in a proper position came quickly, no doubt due to his athletic intellect gained from playing high-level soccer. His passes may not have always been perfect, but they always kept the play alive. This helped the team achieve their first OFSA berth for volleyball in school history. Returning back to soccer, Mason played a key role in the team's success over the 2 years where he was healthy. As a captain of the team, he led the boys to many wins, tournament titles, and 2 WASA berths. This year, he led the team in scoring and is a nominee for the Mr. Soccer Award. He was able to take over games and become an unstoppable force for us at striker. Mason will be tough to replace for the St. Joe's soccer program. Aside from these 2 sports that I had the joy of coaching Mason in, he was also a member of the school's badminton team and assisted in coaching the senior girls volleyball team this year. His commitment to Rams athletics matches his abilities in the classroom as well. Mason has consistently maintained exceptional grades, which is why he will be trading in the blue and gold for McMaster Maroon in the fall. We will all miss you at St. Joe's next year, Burnsy. Your passion for sport, camaraderie, and willingness to assist wherever possible in the St. Joe's community will be things you are remembered for. Best of luck as you continue your studies and hopefully soccer career at MAC and beyond. Once again, please join me in congratulating Mason Burns, the Michelle Stewart Sampson Award winner.
St. Joseph Catholic High School is an educational institution that has been in existence since 1925. Since that time, its graduates have gone on to be leaders in innovation, politics, economics, business, history, athletics, mathematics, science, to name a few. This school is the perfect embodiment of our Ontario Catholic graduate expectations because many of the students who pass through these halls are discerning believers, effective communicators. They are creative, self-directed, collaborative, caring, and responsible citizens. This year, I've been asked to present one of the 2 male Michelle Stewart Sampson Awards to someone who perfectly reflects all the qualities I just mentioned. I have the great pleasure of coaching this young man on the senior basketball team for the past 2 years. He was also the starting quarterback on the senior football team. He was also a member of the St. Joe's track and field team competing in the 400-meter race. The Michelle Stewart Sampson Award is earned by an athlete who demonstrates good work ethic in their sport, while at the same time reaching their potential in academics. The recipient must also demonstrate compassion, honesty, ambition, teamwork, and most importantly, be critical to their team's success. This year's recipient easily embodies those qualities 100-fold, but I would also say that he makes great decisions both on and off the court, and he has a very high basketball IQ. He's extremely dedicated to the sports for which he participates and has a great work ethic. This year's award winner was part of a team that won WASA and represented St. Joe's at the Ontario Basketball Championships in 2024 and lost in the WASA Championship this year. In football, he quarterbacked the team to a TV Raw Championship last November. I explained to him that it's not a coincidence that teams that he plays on have been so successful over the past few years, as he makes the players and teams around him better. Now, if I could mention one last character trait, this year's recipient may not be the loudest person in the room, and he definitely isn't the tallest, but his heart and his work ethic are second to none. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's Michelle Stewart Sampson winner, Ethan Smith.
Good morning, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure to present the Michelle Stewart Sampson Memorial Scholarship Award to our first female recipient. This is a deeply meaningful recognition that celebrates not just talent, but heart, character, and quiet leadership. This award honors a student who's consistently demonstrated a strong work ethic, compassion, humility, and a true commitment to her team. It's not about being the star, it's about being the one who holds the team together. Someone who shows up, puts in the work, and makes everyone around them better. This year, that person is Promise Atkinson. Promise has been involved in athletics throughout her entire four-year high school career. And in every season, on every team, she's given her absolute best. A true multi-sport athlete, she competed in volleyball, basketball, track and field, and tennis, and stood out in each one of them for her effort, her coachability, and her incredible drive. In track, she made her mark as a standout pole vaulter and long jumper, always pushing her limits and refining her craft. On the basketball court, Promise became the backbone of her team's defense. She was the one coaches turned to when they needed someone to shut down an opposing team's top player, and she always delivered. Her impact was so great that the team even named a defensive strategy after her, calling it Precious, the nickname her teammates affectionately gave her. And when Precious was on the floor, the other team's best players didn't stand a chance. She frustrated top competitors game after game with nothing but focus, discipline, and unmatched effort. Her coaches say it best. Promise is a workhorse. She listens intensively, applies what she learns, and then executes with passion and precision. Her will to win is unmatched. Her teammates rely on her and they celebrate her, not because she demands the spotlight, but because she consistently earns their trust and respect. Promise Atkinson is exactly the kind of student the Michelle Stewart Sampson Award was created for. She represents the very best of what this award stands for: dedication, humility, and unwavering team spirit. Promise, thank you for everything you've brought to your teams, your school, and your community. It's with great pride that we recognize you as the 2025 recipient of the Michelle Stewart Sampson Memorial Scholarship Award. Please join me in congratulating Promise.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to be up here today to present this year's second 2025 Michelle Stewart Sampson Memorial Scholarship. This award is presented, like Mr. Fox said, to a senior male and female athlete who have participated in athletics all of their 4 or 5 year career and demonstrated good work ethic, compassion, honesty, ambition, hard work, and most importantly, teamwork. Our female award winner's athletic journey at St. Joseph's started in grade 10 playing junior girls volleyball and varsity girls soccer, due to COVID wiping out her grade 9 athletic year. Her grade 10 year for soccer was one where a lot of learning took place, but her hard work and great work ethic were always present, even though we had a team that was filled with very talented grade 12s. I think it ended up being a blessing in disguise because that was the only time she would get any sort of rest for the remainder of her soccer career. She went on to play basically every possible minute for her 11, 12, and 13 year. That included over 12 tournaments, multiple trips to TV Raw, WASA, and OFSA. When your resume includes over 100 school soccer and hockey games, you know you have had a high school athletic career you can be proud of. Once again this year, Mr. Pereira, Mr. Butler, Mrs. Collier were blessed with your hockey talents. I know how happy your hockey coaches were to have you this year for your 5th year, and the amazing leader you were for that team, working hard, staying positive, even filling in on defense for the entire year despite playing most of your career as a forward. Often when coaches would be talking about games, we would start to mix up which sport we were discussing. Both sports involved the player playing hard, playing great defensively, and whether it was soccer or hockey, laying body checks. But we wouldn't have it any other way. Your commitment level can be summed up in one great story that was relayed by your hockey coaches. Our award winner is the first female in St. Joe's history to show up to a varsity hockey game without her skates, drive 40 minutes each way to Shedden to pick up her skates, come back just so she could make it for the 3rd period and not let her team down. What an amazing career you have put together at St. Joseph's, and all your coaches want you to know that we are proud to have coached and known a student athlete like you. We admired the step you took as a leader this year, as an effective communicator, stepping up and being a great voice for our teams before, during, and after games. I'm not sure if the coaches or the younger players will miss you more next year. Since the end of the soccer season this year, I've heard from our girls on our soccer team wondering about things like who will shut down the team's star players, who will be taking all of our yellow and red cards now, who will rock the famous yellow poncho. You will leave a void on both our rosters next year, but as coaches, we know you have done an amazing job setting up your younger teammates for success. Your coaches and I want to say one last big thank you for all the dedication and time you have put into St. Joseph Athletics for the last 5 years, and what an amazing role model you have been for all your teammates throughout the years. No one has ever said a bad thing about you, except for Coral. But our Michelle Stewart Sampson Award winner this year is Reese Coleman.
Thank you for your patience. We are getting towards our final awards. I'd like to call upon Mr. Riotti, Mr. Schuin, and Mr. Schweitzer to present our Senior Athlete of the Year awards.
As St. Joe's enters its 100th anniversary, first opening its doors in 1925, today is an opportunity to celebrate the growth of this institution. Some of the challenges it has faced over the years, like when it almost closed in 1976, and how those challenges help shape what it has become today. That resilience and growth is also on display in this year's co-winner for the Senior Male Athlete of the Year. I've had the privilege of having taught and coached both co-winners of this year's award, and both are incredibly talented athletes, humble individuals, and more than deserving of this honor. Proverbs 27:17 states, "As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another." What a great lead for a speech that looks to acknowledge such a great group of seniors with lots of gifted athletes. Over 30 of the senior athletes, male athletes in the room today, have competed at an OFSA level during their tenure here at St. Joe's. If we include the girls, it's close to 50. Constantly competing with one another, making each other better. Iron sharpens iron. In a sport like football, where 95% of the season is practice, it's not your opponents that make you better, it's your teammates. Competing every single day in August when it's 40 degrees, all the way to November when there's snow on the ground, challenging each other each day to get better, raising the standard for what it means to be an athlete here at St. Joe's. For me, this athlete's story is more impressive than his athletic accomplishments, even though the latter include being an OFSA champion, a unanimous league-wide MVP, voted on by every coach at the postseason meeting, scoring 3 touchdowns on 4 carries 3 games in a row before the coaches had to take him out of the game, and literally being the strongest individual we've ever had as a student here at St. Joe's, benching nearly 400 pounds or double his body weight. So what is his story? His story involves navigating new sports and excelling with each new challenge he took on. It involves an unrelenting dedication to self-improvement, including endless hours in the gym and preparing himself for what would lie ahead. It's a journey full of challenges, traumatic injuries that only result from playing highly competitive and physical sports such as football and hockey at a very elite level. Challenges and adversity are forces that demand growth. They don't create character, they reveal it. Iron sharpens iron. For this athlete, that meant season-ending injuries that would have derailed other athletes' interest or passion in what they were doing. Broken bones, emergency surgeries, 46 staples, and the knee to ankle scar to prove it. He faced those challenges head on. He built resilience through the perseverance required to get over those challenges. He was sharpened by those challenges. And it was those challenges competing with the unrelenting drive of this individual that have resulted in a pretty special athlete and a pretty special kid. This year's winner, co-winner, I should say, of the Male Senior Athlete of the Year, Owen Lawrence.
St. Joseph's Catholic High School has a wonderful tradition of producing exceptional student athletes, and this year is definitely no different. So what is an athlete? An athlete is not someone who just excels at one sport, they excel at multiple sports. And this year's co-recipient is just that, he's an athlete. To begin, I first met this young man when he became a student in my hockey academy during the COVID year of 2021. I remember being amazed at his hockey skill, his talents in all areas of his game. But what I also was amazed with was his coachability and willingness to improve himself. I also found out that he was quite a good baseball player, which tugged at my heartstrings because those are my 2 favorite sports. I couldn't wait to see him as a member of our varsity boys hockey team and baseball team, but that would have to wait until his grade 10 year. Fast forward to grade 10, he's now a key member of the boys WASA bronze medal winning hockey team, being an integral part of our power play and our penalty kill. Mr. Ariadne and myself were quickly finding out of what a quiet leader and excellent human being this man was becoming. So in grade 11, we decided to make him an assistant captain. He was an integral part of our gold medal OFSA winning hockey team, the first ever for the school, as well as Elgin County. He was also an integral part of the varsity boys hockey team, being a slick fielding shortstop, a good hitter, but most important, one heck of a pitcher. And believe it or not, being one of the best hockey players on the team, he did this while not playing organized hockey. As a member of the baseball team, smooth fielding shortstop, top of the order hitter, an exceptionally good pitcher, but just a great athlete and team player. He led by example constantly. To complete his trifecta of sports, he even became an accomplished pickleball player, and that's about all I'm going to say about that. As many coaches will say, you're only as good as your best players are. And being able to look down the bench over the past 3 years to watch this gentleman and to know when he was on the ice or on the field, you never had to worry about it. He did what was asked of him. He led by example, and he was a true leader on the field. I know that I will fondly remember coaching this athlete, and I'm looking forward to following his endeavors as he leaves St. Joe's to pursue a baseball scholarship south of the border. So unfortunately, this year's co-winner will not bench press 400 pounds. Sorry about that. But it's my honor to present to you this year's co-winner of Senior Male Athlete of the Year, Matthew Zylstra.
Good morning. I'm Wolf Schweitzer. I coach wrestling and girls rugby here, and I'm presenting the Female Senior Athlete of the Year Award. Our winner is a perennial OFSA competitor on the cross-country team. This past fall, she crossed the line first on her team and placed sixth in the entire region of Wausau. Her gutsy finish helped edge out Lucas by only 4 points and earned the team a third straight OFSA berth in Ottawa. When asked about the close finish, she said, "I never doubted that we would be going to OFSA again." Our winner's cross-country coach said that she is consistent, talented, focused on her sports, has a drive to win, takes care of her body, and analyzes her performances to improve for the next competition. And those same traits that are to be successful in many sports this year. I was very surprised and excited when our winner came out for the wrestling team this year, as she'd never done a contact sport before. She took to the sport quickly, soaking up knowledge from our coaches, and always doing her best at practice. For the first half of the season, she won some matches and lost some matches. Once we got into our elimination tournaments in February, she cranked it up a notch and started winning every time she stepped on the mat. She won OFSA as a rookie and had a very successful OFSA, finishing in 6th place. In her second day match at OFSA, she got roughed up a bit at the start of the match. Her opponent threw a pretty heavy slap, and it was pretty scrappy back and forth after that. She gave as good as she got, but she was pinned early on in that round. When she came off the mat, I thought she might be upset, and I was ready to console her. But right away, she said something like, "That was awesome. I want to wrestle her again." I realized her winner has done extremely well in running sports, but I think her true potential actually lies in contact sports. We just finished track and field. Our winner already had 2 OFSA appearances in the 800-meter race. Her track coaches say that she's the best male or female 800-meter athlete we've had here at St. Joe's. This year, she broke the 2-minute, 20-second barrier for 2 laps of the track, setting a personal best by almost 5 seconds. Despite that strong result, she narrowly missed out on qualifying for OFSA this year for track. If she had made it, she would have been to an OFSA in all 3 sports seasons this year. Luckily for us, she'll have a chance to do that next year as she's only in grade 11. Congratulations, Flourish Noah.
Congratulations to our Senior Athletes of the Year. I'd like to call upon Mr. Pickering to present the Richard Crow Award. It is with sadness that I tell you this is the last year this Richard Crow Award is going to be presented, as the Crow family has donated for over 20 years. This award accompanies a $1,000 bursary for the students moving on to college level. So we thank the Crow family for all they've done for the past 20 years at St. Joseph's. And Mr. Pickering will present our final Richard Crow Award.
So like Mr. Ersick said, 21 years ago, the Crow family created this scholarship for their father that played football for St. Joe's in the 50s. No, I did not coach him. Ersick, maybe, all right. So with this, like it says, the person exemplifies leadership, dedication, right, hard work, especially as Mr. Ersick says, in football. Okay, Kian Silva is a great recipient for this award. All right, A true student athlete, Kian works hard, not only on the field, on the ice, on the mat, but in the classroom. And I had one of his teachers talk about that to me a couple of weeks ago. It's like, I'm very impressed with this young man, right? As his entrepreneurial studies teacher, I'm looking forward to his, what was it, fixing hockey stick business or something like that, that he's gonna do when he's done his time at the University of Windsor. His wrestling coach said he's enjoyable to have around, right? Works hard all the time. He went to a visit at the University of Windsor early Saturday morning, got up early, came back because he had a wrestling meet. Okay, so that's the kind of person he is. As a football coach, he won many, many awards. Didn't start playing until he was a little later, but he loved it, right? He was a leader on and off the field. He expected everybody's best, and he always gave his best, right? Like Mr. Riotti said, iron sharpens iron. And this type of leadership, last week we had a flag football tournament, and at the end of the tournament, all the grade 10s are like, hey, Kian, can I get a ride home? Kian, can I get a ride home? Kian. He's like, yeah, okay, yeah, come on, right? So Coach McCormick would be proud, just the type of leader he is, right? And little did we know that he can act. Can you believe that? Right? If you saw Harry Potter, he was in that. He did a great job. Disappointed it wasn't a musical, right? Because his singing on the bus on the way home from games, outstanding, all right? He brings a positive attitude, works hard, dedicated. Kian, come on up. All right, I ran out of things to say, all right?
It's my honor to introduce the male Tommy White Award winner. It's our highest honor that we have. This is an honor. In honor of Tommy White, who was a local business store owner who gave up his time and effort to coach and teach physical education at the former downtown location of St. Joseph's Catholic High School. Our gymnasium carries his name in honor of what he did to foster what we all share and celebrate today, the privilege of being a Ram. It's with great pleasure that I get to introduce this year's male recipient. He has participated in a variety of activities during his 4-year career at St. Joseph's. When I say a variety, I mean he plays football in the fall, he swims in the winter, he throws shot put in the spring. That's just the sports. Meanwhile, in his spare time, he competes in as an integral member of the award-winning robotics team. He also participates on the concert band, and those are year-round activities. He is such a diverse young man, making contributions to all aspects of the school, being a member of student council. He was also our very first recipient for the Spectra Award nominee, an event that is held in London every year, and this was the first year that we had members go. Some of you might know him as a self-proclaimed Mexican torpedo, but we all know him as Shalem Hernandez. I'll call upon Mr. Santos to present the female award winner.
Congratulations to all the nominees and award winners throughout the day. It is quite an honor to be recognized among your peers, so you should be very proud of what you have accomplished. As Mr. Ersick pointed out, Tommy White Award is in recognition of Tommy White, and it is one of the more prestigious awards that we have at our school. Congratulations to Mark Hemmerling on the prestigious Tommy White Award. Mara has been a student athlete since day one at St. Joe's. She's the definition of a well-rounded athlete who takes pride in both her academics and athletics. Mara has been a stellar student in her 4 years as a Ram, maintaining above a 90 average. This kind of commitment spread to her athletics as well. During her time at St. Joe's, she's been on the following teams: cross country, volleyball, badminton, track and field, and this year added rugby to her impressive resume. I spoke with Mr. Schweitzer about rugby, and he mentioned that she was a grade 12 rookie and became a key contributor on the team, scoring many times, rarely coming off the field. She had no fear of contact and was able to contribute solid tackles, disrupting opposing plays. Her speed was a key contributor to her success on the rugby pitch, likely why she had a successful career on the rubber when competing in hurdles at track. Mara was an exceptional hurdler, making it through to OFSA West regionals every single year that she competed. Hurdles are an event that requires precise technique which she passed on this year, assisting in the learning of new hurdlers in a year where there was no hurdle coach available to the school. This is the type of leader and teammate Mara has been at St. Joe's. Her leadership was truly exhibited this year when she took on the role as captain on the senior girls volleyball team, where I've had the pleasure of coaching her the past 2 years. Mara was not only an incredible player who could fly out of the gym with her hops, but she was a competitor who worked hard every moment available in the gym. Whether the full team was able to make it to a practice, or whether it was just one or two teammates coming out over exam week, she was always working hard to make herself and her teammates better. Her season wrapped up with an appearance at the TV Raw All-Star Game. Mara is a young woman who truly shows the spirit of what it means to be a Ram. She's competitive, compassionate, caring, and selfless. She does whatever she can for the better of her team and the community around her. I'm very proud to have coached and taught her during her time at St. Joe's, and she will be greatly missed on the pitch, the track, in the gym, and in the halls here at St. Joe's. Best of luck as you gallop to Guelph Shore University, where I know you will accomplish everything you set your mind to. Once again, please join me in congratulating Mara Kemmerling, this year's Female Volleyball Award.
We've run a little long here, so I don't want to get too many teachers upset with me. I want to give special thanks to the Tommy White Foundation, the Crow family, Corey Stewart, and the Sampson family, and the Friends of St. Joseph's for their generous donations to our award winners. Thanks must go to Mr. Pickering for the images and keeping us on track. He's the man behind the curtain. A special shout out to Mr. Leeds, and thank you for all your help. I'd like to ask all major award winners to please come forward for a group photo at the very end. I want to thank everyone for attending this year's Co-Curricular Awards. I hope this inspires some of you to reach out. As I told you the story about Melissa Gillies, I hope you strive to reach the excellence that our recipients did this year. Congratulations, and thank you very much. Oh, and it's been a while. I'd like all students to please stack 5 chairs high.